Hi there, I'm Michelle from Little Bull Falls Soapworks in Rothschild, Wisconsin. I've been wanting to do these vlogs every day because, especially this time of year now, I've got time, but I've also got a lot of different things going on. It's really cold outside, so I've been wearing a hat, and that really messes with my hair. Oh, wow. So, let's see. This is not today. I'm behind a little bit, a couple of days, so I might actually cut this one short and do another one just to get caught up. I mean, I take notes throughout the day, like what's been done, especially when I DoorDash. So I write a lot of that down. And I'm going to go through that DoorDash too, because in case any of you are interested in doing DoorDash and whatnot, hope not to be doing it too much longer, especially in winter. It's just not as much fun. Let's see. Excuse me. Like I said, my asthma's kind of nuts. Finally do have that doctor appointment. I have a new doctor because the last one is... So I've got a new appointment, so I'm hoping to get all of my medications back where they're supposed to be and my asthma back under control, because this time of year I've got dust allergies, I've got mold allergies, and a huge cat allergy, which is new. And as many of you know, I do have cats and I'm not getting rid of them. So I'm very wheezy, which is probably why I think I put on weight too, because I don't want to move because it hurts to breathe. Usually I put in between 10 and 20,000 steps a day. I don't think I'm anywhere near that. My Fitbit broke, so it's like everything. It's just everything. It's been already just nuts around here. So let's see. I have to open soon. So, all right. Got to the store at 7:30. I made my cheesy oat breakfast, and I did that while I was just kind of looking through my emails and making my to-do list so I know what I had to do. I unloaded my car because I had a bunch of junk in there that, excuse me, needed to be here. I'm not sick. This is me wheezing. When I wheeze, it makes me cough because I don't like the way it feels. Put on some light makeup just because I still look dead to the world. And by 8:30, I was on my way to go do DoorDash. And when I DoorDash, I a lot of times just end up going to a parking lot of some place where I get orders. Depends on the time of the day, depends on a lot of things, which one I pick. Usually I start with McDonald's, so I was at McDonald's parking lot and I was sitting there and going through some of my to-do lists and my paperwork that I bring along to work on, like my goals for the year. By 8:40, I got a order for 9.8 miles for $7.75. Not so good. What is it? I think it was 68 cents that the federal government lets you reimburse for mileage. So when you start taking that into account, I mean, I know how much my car costs to drive per mile. I mean, that's one thing that I don't think a lot of people think about, and they just take whatever orders come in, and I don't, because I'm not doing this for free. So yeah, I had an order. I took it just to start something moving. And right after I delivered that one, I got another order right away for Walgreens. And it was the strangest Walgreens ever. It was just candy. I had to shop for candy and deliver it. It's 3.7 miles. It was $5.25. DoorDash doesn't pay us much, so that was probably a $2 tip. Dropped it off. And then I got another $5 tip they sent me after it. So that was awesome. Because it wasn't, I mean, 3.7 miles for $5.25. I mean, that's not bad, but I mean, you have to go into the store and go shopping, and that does take a lot of time. So I did that, and right after I delivered that one, I got another one right away. So that one they offered me $5 for 2.8 miles. Okay, fine. I took that, and right after I delivered that, it was 9:43. I got an Arby's 8.2 miles for $6.50. Not so good, but at that point I just wanted to keep moving. So I dropped that off, and then I got another one for 8 miles for $9. That's more in line with what I'm looking for when I'm selecting orders. But then it died. I didn't get another one. I headed back towards my brick and mortar store, and I didn't get anything, so I decided that it would be a good time to post a video, which I did. And then, let's see, by 11:47, I decided to leave, and I got one right away. So it was $8 for 5.9 miles, so that was worth it. And right after I delivered that one, I got another one for 6.2 miles for $8.86. So I did that. I mean, you can add this stuff up. I'm not making a lot of money, and when you take into consideration the wear and tear on your car, I mean, I've already gone through how many tires this year because I keep running stuff over. It's not a really good way to bring in money, but I'm not comfortable taking money out of my business yet. I just want to keep investing back into it instead of paying myself. So I'm trying to do something right now with a little flexibility. During the summer months when I have shows and farmers markets, it's a lot easier. I feel more comfortable pulling some money out of the business, but I still haven't, because I still kept up with my DoorDash. I used to only have to work 4 days a week to bring in the numbers that I needed to, and now I seem to be having to work 5, and I'm getting kind of over this. I don't feel like it's worth it. So those of you that do it, I don't know, chime in the comments below and let me know how you feel about it. But I'd like to cut back severely on my hours, if doing it at all. So we'll see what this year holds. Let's see, I got another one by 12:27. So right after I dropped that one off, 2.4 miles for $5.50. It's awesome. And then at 12:43, I got the odd Pizza Hut. I mean, they have their own delivery driver, right? Every so often they're short-staffed or whatnot. So I took that order. It was 4.6 miles for $4.25. I figured that $4.25, okay, well, there's probably, I mean, it's not great. It's probably like $1 or $2 tip. I try not to take any that have no tip because I like to discourage people from not tipping your drivers. I mean, if you saw what we dealt with, not just wear and tear on our cars, but I have fallen on the ice now a few times. I have gotten hurt. I have almost gotten hit. I have almost gotten run over. I mean, we're putting our life in jeopardy by bringing you a cheeseburger. So, think about that. When you don't have to go out, we're taking on all the risk. And DoorDash does not pay us much. We rely on the tips. But yeah, on that one, that $4.25 was, I don't know, I guess a bonus because it probably came through Pizza Hut because they didn't have anybody at their store to take it. That was probably a bonus from them, a little extra, because there was no tip on it. And I had to stand outside. It said hand to me, and when it says hand to me, you have to hand to them. Otherwise, I don't want to risk getting a bad rating. So I knocked. I rang the doorbell. I waited. Rang the doorbell. Waited. I heard 2 guys inside arguing. I'm like, okay, somebody's obviously home. So I knock, knock, knock. And just dead silence then. I'm like, okay, are they not hearing me? What's going on here? So I put the pizza down on the ground. I didn't have a choice. It was inside a building. So I had to call. So I called the customer, and she sounded like I woke her up. And I said, oh, well, This is Michelle with DoorDash, and I'm outside with your pizza. Did you want me just to leave it here? And she said, no, she'd be right there. Okay, well, this is one of those cases where I should have just left the pizza and run. And you get this every so often. But I've had people answer in their underwear. This one was wearing her underwear and a robe. So I told you I'm totally over this. I mean, I could tell you so many stories. You would not believe me. I really don't want to do this anymore. At that point, that was 12:43. It was like about 1 o'clock that I was there. At that point, I decided that I didn't want to DoorDash anymore that day because it was like, it wasn't great. I wasn't making really good money. I was spending, there were big chunks of time. I mean, I'd get one after another, but then there'd be chunks of time where I'd drive all the way from one end of the one town all the way back to the other end, and it would a different town, and it would be like, I'm not getting anything. This isn't worth it. I'm not doing this anymore. So I went back to the store. It was 1:15 when I got here. I always eat my lunch late because DoorDash. So I ate lunch. I filed my BOI, which all of you small business owners, I hope you filed your BOI with the federal government. There was a stay on it, then the stay was off. And I've had conflicting information from the Soap Makers Guild that I'm a part of versus what it says on the website versus what a bunch of people are saying on YouTube versus what a few people that I work with have said. So I just went and filed the bloody thing just to be done. It wasn't that bad. It did take like, I don't know, 20 minutes, I think, but that's because there was a few things that pop up on it that the US government really needs to reword it so it makes sense. Because when you read it, it's like, what? But, it's the government, and they don't write it for the end user. Whatever. So, after that, I went downstairs to the basement here to my soap lab, and I made some laundry soap. Now, this laundry soap, I make regular laundry soap, and it's white, and I make a organic coconut oil only soap to go to shred to put in it with the rest of the ingredients, right? Well, I've got a lot of soap scrap right now, and that's what I use for my laundry because I don't mind the colors, and because, my soap has different colors. I mean, it doesn't affect my whites even. I don't get any leftover color on my clothing, so I said maybe I should start selling this as is, or at least using it as a sample. So that's what I'm doing. I bagged up a bunch of little bags. They're like 1.5 to 2 tablespoons each, so it's enough for a large load, and they're good for HE machines, which is what I have. I've been making my own laundry soap for a long time, so no, it does not wreck your HE machine. What is it? These machines are supposed to last like 7 to 8 years. Mine is over 10. So obviously, there's no problem with it. So I got those ready, and I plan on giving those out on orders online or just people who are curious about our laundry soap. So I'm probably going to make a few like that. And I scented it with mahogany coconut, which is it's kind of like a unisex scent. It's not real fresh and clean. It's more like I don't know. It's more on masculine side, but I don't view it as that. So I made the laundry soap, bagged that up, replanted some of my plants because I am starting to sell plants in the store as well, because people kept asking me about the plants I have in the store. Are these, no, they're not for sale, but I'm like, you know what, maybe they should be. So I'm starting to get some of that together. I went through and watered my plants. I'm trying to do that every day so that it doesn't take so long. You know, fill up the watering can once and go around and do certain ones, or just water things until they don't need it. And then I'm also testing out a whipped tallow, which I've had a lot of people asking me for stuff with tallow in it. Okay, fine. You know, it's comes from the US, and I like that. I like working with products that I can source in America. So I made one for me, and I made a sampler for a lady my husband works with, because she's got kids that are a lot like I was and my daughter was, and you know, allergic to everything and super dry skin and lots of eczema. So I sent a little sample one with her so she could test it out and just tell me what she thinks of it. Now, I've been using it on my hands, and it's great. It's not going to be in a pump lotion. It's probably going to be more in like some kind of jar. Right now I have it in little metal tins. There's no water in it. It's just whipped tallow with some castor oil in it. And I've been using it on my hands. And one of the reasons why I just finally decided to do it, other than the fact that people kept asking, was because I've had this dry spot on my eyelid from, I don't know, I never really had this before, because I always use my facial oil, and that's always enough to keep my face, especially this time of year, from being dry. But I'm always putting concealer, you know, around my eyes, and I'm spending a lot of time outside, and when I'm cold, my eyes water. So my eyelids have been getting super dry. Like, okay, this isn't working. I need something a little bit more. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit greasier than the facial oil, the facial serum that I have. But tallow does soak into your skin. Tallow is closer to the oils you naturally have in your skin than plant oils, because you also are an animal. I'm going to have a whole thing about it once I finally do decide to release it, if this is the final recipe I use. But just so you know, that is coming. And I don't know, we might be able to use that in a jar, like a jar with lotion, as lotion. It'll never be in a pump bottle. I have whipped it, so it's got a lot of air in it, and I just like I use my hydrogel face cream. I just kind of tap it, and then I just rub it in on those dry spots. And I don't think I'd wear it during the day, unless you don't wear makeup, because it's a little bit on the greasier side, and it does take a little bit of time for it to soak in. So I've been using it at night. I take my makeup off, I'll put it around my eyes, and then I'll take a little bit more and just rub it everywhere, because I do have such dry skin right now from being outside all day. You know, it's doing DoorDash. I am in the elements most of the day. So we'll see how that goes. So far, I love it. I mean, there's this one naturalist who even says to put castor oil in your eyes. I mean, I put it over my eyes. I rub my eyes down, so it hasn't gotten in my eyes. It doesn't burn my eyes. You know, my eyelashes have looked beautiful, but if you look up castor oil, you'll see why this would be good for your eyelashes, especially this time of year if you have a lot of dryness. And I put a little bit in my hair this morning too, but I've also been out in the wind today, and my hair has been blowing around, and I had a hat on, and being outside is killing my skin and hair this year. So after I did that, I ordered some postcards that are going to go in the boxes for my subscription boxes. Yes, that's coming. So I am going to be putting together subscription boxes. They are currently live on the website. I have not yet released them officially, but that's coming very soon. And I'm also going to do one for potential wholesale customers that I'm going to be sending certain stores, that I find, because my emails, I think, are going to spam. And if there's any stores that you'd like to see our products carried in, where you are, no matter if that's here, if it's South Carolina, if it's Texas, if it's California, and those are just some of the places I ship to, let me know, because I would love to reach out to them. So just, send me a message on the website or an email or off Facebook. I get all that stuff. The only thing I guess I don't hear is phone calls. If you call me, I don't usually answer it because I'm not working all day long. I'm not doing store stuff all day long. And my phone apparently does not always tell me when I have voicemail. So unless I'm going, oh, let me see if there's voicemail, even though it says I don't have any, and I listen to it, I don't know that you've called me. So don't call me. Please don't call me. Send me a message on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. You can message me off my website, and you can send me a text message, or you can even email me. All of those things I get to within about 24 hours. Usually same day. If it's off my website, it's usually within a few minutes. I'm really good with the website because, I don't know, it makes more noise when I get one. So, email's really good too, because I notice my phone makes a noise when I get email. Apparently not voicemail. So I also ordered my new glasses. Oh, I love these so much. I'm going to miss these, but I found something really cool, and I've been saving them in my cart for a while. So that's what I did at 5 o'clock last night after I got home from the store. I ordered new glasses, and then I just took care of emails and all that other fun stuff. All right, that is a day in the life of a small business owner who is on just about every platform there is. Plus, I have a brick and mortar, and I do tons of shows every year, and I DoorDash all day long. So my days are very full and highly dramatic. I can share more of the DoorDash stuff with you. You guys don't believe half the stuff that I run into when I do that. But that's it for today. All right. Please like and follow, because I would like to do some live sales and, a whole bunch of other stuff. But in order to do that, I need more followers. So thank you, and you have a great day.